Man, I said it once, I'll say it again. Whoever created these puzzles in this game, it has to be Jigsaw. Jigsaw has to be working for Ubisoft to make these fucking puzzles. They're so fun, yet very challenging. I love it.
Glad to see you, Nate. This place is like a maze.
Good thing you're here. I saw Rajan in the lower citadel. We've got to find the snake in the grass before it bites us. Are you with me? Find me in the lower citadel. Let's go. We have to strike first. Rajan was here. Let's end this once and for all.
Nate, maybe Rajan can be persuaded. Let's talk first.
Strike first, ask questions later. That's her favorite method.
Well, whatever happens, I'll have your back.
And I'll have yours. We may be in this for the long haul. Are you still with me?
Nate, are you sure Rajan came through here?
Let's get this over with.
But that's a Simorg feather.
Oh. Is that what it is? So it can help us?
We'll find out. What the? It's the battle against the Kashans.
Onward, immortals!
Nate, what is this place?
Stumble in the shadows long enough,
and you'll fall into your own grave. Be my guest and supper, Sargon.
Hey guys, welcome back to Everything Anime Podcast. I'm one of your host, Shinry, here with Everything Anime Podcast, talk about from anime, manga, video games, TV shows, and whatever relevant topics we're talking about. Today's video is on the full in-depth review of Prince of Persia, almost said Assassin's Creed, Prince of Persia, The Lost Crown, DLC, Mask of Darkness. Now, in my game reviews, I talk about relationship with the game and, thoughts on the series and things like that. But if you go watch the original Prince of Persia Lost Crown video where I did like my first impressions as well as the game review, I've already told you my history with this game, so I'm not gonna get back into all that. I will say though, I beat the game probably back in like January, maybe February, and now we are in September with this DLC. It's about an hour, 2 hours long if you play it start to finish. It took me about 3 days because I work on the road, so it's a lot more things took up my time before I can game and things like that. But I really did enjoy this. Like I said, I gushed about Prince of Persia: The Lost Crown when I played it. It is literally if Jigsaw made Super Mario Maker, and they did not disappoint with these new puzzles. I don't know how long this review is going to be. I'm kind of just talking off topic. I got a little bit of notes, about a page. But yeah, not much to say. It's like I said, it's only 2 hours, so it's not a full in-depth game review. Plus, like, the story is kind of simplistic, but I'll make sure we sprinkle it in so we can talk about it. So the way the Mask of Darkness starts, the DLC, first you have to have already acquired 2 Samarg feathers. I had already beaten the game, so I had already acquired all 4. I believe it's just 4 Samarg feathers. So when Neith comes to us and says, hey, there's a 5th Samarg feather somewhere, I'm like, girl, what? I was like, there ain't no other feather. I beat the game. I already knew it was a fake. Obviously, our character Sargon doesn't know that, the immortal. And we don't know that that's a fake Neith, so we follow her, and she leads us to the Samarg feather that transforms into the Mask of Darkness, and that's how we're transported into Rajan's Mind Palace, which is where the DLC takes place. But I do have to say, design-wise, the portal is kind of cool. I mean, technically there's 3 paths. There's one path that's filled with these like portals that you jump through. Very tricky, very like... Okay, so one of the things, I think I mentioned this in the Prince of Persia Lost Crown review, but do not believe anybody that says they beat this on the first try, because the way these puzzles work is, it's kind of like the Sands of Time. Whereas, like, you know, the Prince in the Sands of Time trilogy, he was an immortal. You had to, like, try something, and if it failed, you know, reverse time back 10 seconds to, like, give yourself a better, you know, better footing, better landing. That's how the Sands of Time trilogy worked. The way this works is, you die. At some point, you're going to die. You're not going to know everything off the bat. Trust me, you are not. Especially me. If you watch my, like, video I just did on the DLC about like how it's going, you see how many times I died. Like, I had to figure it out as I went, which is great. I love that. But even when you think you can rest, until you're on a landing foothold, you're not safe. And then even sometimes not even then, because something will come out of nowhere and attack you. Love it, love it, love it. Again, I'm gonna try to show some clips, but you do have to play the game to really understand like how fucking challenging it can be to get through these. But how like fucking like the dopamine you get from like knowing that you did it and achieved it, very, very fun. So the trial and error, like I said, this isn't Sands of Time. He's an immortal, so technically when he dies, he just kind of comes back to life, and you spawn like at the last platform that you could safely stand on, unless you're. And sometimes you can end up way back, like you can get like halfway through that trial or portal, or halfway through that trial, and then you know you still got to go back all the way back to the beginning. Very, very much love that. The other path has to do with like these like air balloons that you like strike them and they shoot you up. Similar to the portals, where the portals is more like, you know, you gotta sometimes shoot that same portal so one half you shoot the portals to make it switch from one side to the other, or up and down, left and right, whatever. The other one is like you have to just like hit the air balloons as you go. There's other stuff along the way in both portals, but that's basically the main gimmick of each. And like I said, I'm gonna try to show off both. But I was having a ton of fun, even though I got angry several times during my gameplay. Again, love the game. It is so great. It's so fun. A game like this, it wants you to die, like I said. Like, you don't have the Sands of Time. It's still a Prince of Persia game, because the Prince of Persia, apparently, the original on, like, DS was like this. It was a side-scroller. But, yeah, so I've already talked about that. So I'm going through my notes, but also going off rip because I just beat the game. Oh, let's talk about the basic story of Rajan, like the girl in the Mask of Darkness. So it seems like her mother was killed, or like they were like slaves to the Kushan soldiers, and then the mother protected. I thought it was just her daughter, but I guess she had 2 kids because something happens later. But she protected her kids, and we can see that she was like a fierce woman. She was like.
Hurt him, and I will cut you in your sleep.
Du solamente hungry.
We'll find a way out. I promise.
Don't lay a hand on my children. And you know, later on, she does get killed.
Mummy?
Sorry, quick answer here. So I realized I played the levels backwards, or maybe I should have played the cinematics. The way the cinematics played out, it kind of played backwards for me. So the mom got killed protecting her children, the brother and sister, from the Kushan soldiers, and then the sister protected the brother in the second vision, or the first vision in this video. So just a little clarification: the mother died protecting her children, and the sister protected her brother from getting whipped. So now I understand Rajan's backstory a little bit better, because I thought it was the mom that protected the son, but it was the sister protecting the brother. So just a little clarification for what happens, what I say later. And the daughter's like taken, and then after the mother's death, we then find out like she has a brother, and like they're told to like fight to the death. They're like, only one of you guys can become a Kushan shoulder. And so the brother's like, hey, you're my sister, I don't want to kill you. And the sister's like, don't worry, I'll set you free of this life. And she kills him, like, pretty much off the bat.
دو شمشیر در یک جا.
I cannot do this. I will not fight you. You're my sister.
Then let me free you.
تو دیگه یکی از ما هستی. این جنگجو از این به بعد به این اسم شناخته میشه. راجن.
Rajan, I know now. I saw everything. We can leave this place. Leave it all behind.
The stray dog seeks affection. You are pathetic, Sargon. First, I will take those powers from you. Then, I will lacerate your flesh into a million pieces. The Nosh will lay eggs in your carcass and devour the rest.
So make sure we show the scenes real fast. But yeah, the sister had no hesitation. Now, maybe she was protecting him from the Kushan soldiers. Maybe he wasn't strong enough to deal with this like she was. But it's like it's a really fast backstory. It's DLC. So we don't really get to see that expanded upon. But we see how she got the Mask of Darkness. They give her that mask and like, and we didn't learn her real name. They just felt like from now on you'll be known as Rajan. That'll be the new name you go by. And she takes her place among the Kushan soldiers. Now, obviously, she doesn't want that life. It really gives me Furiosa a Mad Max story. Not saying they copied that, but just because I just saw that movie recently. And Chris Hemsworth, you know, he's the first villain we meet, and to get new members of his crew, because like in the Mad Max world, like there's so few food left in the world, so few water. They're like, hey, you want to join my team? There's 20 of you here. We got one bike. You all fight over it. And immediately, like, these friends, probably friends for a long time, are fighting to the death, killing each other in this, like, I don't even think I can show the scene, but crazy scene where they all kill each other to get on this bike and join the crew. And I think a woman won and her face got really fucked up. But it was giving me that. Now, after you complete both trials, you get to the end. That's when you learn like her backstory. One about the fierce mother protecting her child, the other about the mother dying, and you know, Rajin being taken in. But then the final story that we get is that, you know, she killed her brother, and that leads us to the boss fight. Design wise, Rajin looks crazy as fuck. Like she's given like Sindel mixed with that like mummy guy from Soul Calibur that like moves his hands like that.
Bondo.
I mean, not exactly Sindel, but I call her Sindel because the way she whips her hair around. Well, not her hair. She's whipping these like blades, like knife blades, really fast. It's like all over the place. Like, she's unpredictable. And I am a button masher. I'm not gonna lie. This boss fight, I was just kind of. I haven't played this since February, January. So, you know, and the mechanics aren't hard to learn. Like block L or parry L1 or L2, whatever like that. Your superpower, yada. But yeah, she was whipping my ass. But yeah, she's crazy, giving like Harley Quinn, everything, all that. And yeah, she really gives off that she's unhinged. The whole time they're fighting, Sargon is kind of like saying like, hey, you know, it's not too late. We can bring you back. You don't have to do this. I already know your whole story. I can still save you. But she's like too warped. She's been through this too much. And also, as the fight goes on, some other crazy things is like at one point she does this like eye thing where like we're drawn deeper into her mind. It's like into like a pit of darkness, and then it's like kind of like a master hand, crazy hand kind of battle. Like if Sargon was in what is it called? Final Destination. I think in Super Smash Brothers, it's kind of like that, where like you're fighting these two giant hands, and all of a sudden her face comes out at some point, and she looked really freaky. Like I was getting kind of freaked out by the game. I was like, okay, yeah, she looked a little weird. Not too hard to dodge, mostly blocking. But then the other cool thing is, at one point she does this like anime thing. She does like this special move where she's like whipping around, grabs him, and then like. You know how anime characters like run up and do like that close-up punch, and you see, like that, and your character sent flying, and she comes down on us like Minato did to Obito. Just really cool cinematic stuff in the battle. But yeah, I also mentioned like it was given Inner Sakura when we go into her inner mind, like how like Inner Sakura crushed Ino once. It was given that like we were fighting like an inner version of herself. I was getting my ass beaten down a lot, I will say that. But yeah, it was a good fight. After we do manage to defeat her the first time, I expected like a multi-fight, like how we fought against, what was his name? The main villain from the game. Varum. Like Varum had like 3-4 different phases. She does only have one phase, even though it's kind of teased that you're about to fight her again. Instead she uses Shadow Clone Jutsu, stabs us with another clone of herself, and basically Sargon was about to die. I legit thought my boy was about to die, but that's when this happens.
You lost, Sargon. Good thing you came. You were next.
Sargon!
Neith saved us, and you know, even though we thought we could like save Rajin, Neith was like, there was nothing I could do. Like the bitch was crazy. She didn't give me no choice. And so that's kind of like a sad ending to it all. Like just like, you know, and maybe it was too late for her. Like she is trapped in this like palace that because I remember the main thing about Varum, or the main thing about this Prince of Persia game is like everybody here either loses their mind or like they're trapped in like a space and time that repeats itself and loops itself. So maybe she's just reliving that same, losing her mother, killing her brother, being forced into the Kushan, and we don't even know what the Kushan soldiers made her do. Well, obviously killing her brother's bad, killing her mother's bad, so obviously whatever she went through was probably even worse. But yeah, there's no like happy ending to this. She just dies and that's it. And then the game continues. The game's like, okay, go on. You finished. Even though I beat the game, so I don't know how it ends, but yeah, that's pretty much it. But overall, DLC, really good. These new puzzles were great. Again, all I can really do is show off the like gameplay in the background, but not much else to really say. Not much else to really say. I do recommend it. It's very cheap. It's like $10 for the DLC, plus you get the costumes. I went with the Evil Prince from the Two Thrones version of it. I love that skin. But yeah, overall, great game. Don't have much else to say, so I don't want to drag this review out. Some things coming up, though, are Epic Mickey Rebrushed. I can't wait to talk about that. Do a first impressions of that game. I'll talk about my history with that game when we get there. And I need to be working on BioShock very soon, so I can have that out to you guys by October 1st. Or just probably in general in October, but I do want to have it out by October 1st because BioShock isn't even that long of a game, so definitely start making notes on that very soon. Anyways, guys, that's all for this video. Hope you guys enjoyed. What did you think about Prince of Persia Lost Crown, the DLC Mask of Darkness? Or did you even like the Prince of Persia Lost Crown? Again, check out my original video on the Prince of Persia Lost Crown. It's a great game. I loved it. Had so much fun. These puzzles are great. And props to Ubisoft. You guys are doing amazing. These puzzles were very challenging. Had so much fun. Anyways, guys, that's all for this video. Talk to you guys in the next one. See you later. Bye. Hey guys, this video was sponsored by me, the author of the Shinry series, the Chronicles of Wayne, and Monsterverse. So I figured I'd do this outro a little bit different by showing you guys what you guys would be checking out. So, the Shinry series starts with Book 1, Shobu Samurai Project Aryoku. 10 years after the death of his parents, Shobu Samurai returns home, seeking vengeance, but instead faces the choice to save his home from shadow creatures, blood beasts, and an organization once thought dead. Shinry's Shobu Samurai starts at $9.99. And if you love anime, manga, Naruto, One Piece, Bleach, Yu Yu Hakusho, Fairy Tail, Shaman King, Rave Master, Zatch Bell, anything like that, the Shinry series is definitely the series for you. You'll definitely want to check it out. The Sword of Light is probably the thickest one so far. And then these books are 2. This is Enter the Dread Zone Tournament. And the series original ending, Arado the Legendary Conjuring Master. So, and I'll just show you guys some of the covers. Really proud of all of these. But I hope you guys check it out. If you don't like that, I also have the current published books for the Chronicles of Wayne, Love Be Damned, Cotton Candy, Full Moons, Fabled Lovers, A Cursed Virgin's Bite. If You Go Where Monsters Dance, Red will Reign Over Your House. Love Be Damned. Now, the Chronicles of Wayne is about a geeky guy, or a nerdy guy in high school. His senior year, he has a crush on the hottest guy in school, because of course he does. He's only got one best friend, and her name is Barb. Well, the hottest guy in school turns out to be a werewolf. And to make the story more interesting, he bites Wayne and turns Wayne into the first ever wolfman in the last 10 years. And because of that, it was also a sacred law that wolfmen should never be created. I don't want to get into too much of the Chronicles of Wayne without spoiling it, but I can tell you it's very short. This one sells for $6.99, and Love Be Caged right after it. The ending of this trilogy, Love Be Liberated, comes out in October. So I'm going to definitely do a more full in-depth review of this one. But yeah, it's an LGBT fantasy fiction story about werewolves, vampires, white witches, a dark warlock, and, well, many, many more surprises to come. So if you guys like to read, I definitely recommend. These are all the books so far in the Shinry series, except for Shinry's Beginning. I do have that one, but it's just not here with me. But yeah, I appreciate a like, support, or just a review on Amazon. Either way, thank you guys for watching. I hope you guys have a great day.